Dressage freestyles are a great and fun way to enjoy your horse and your training rides even if you do not plan to compete. If you do plan on making a competition freestyle, then you must have shown the highest test of the level you plan on riding a freestyle at with the required minimum score, so please check for the current USDF rules before you enter any freestyle. For example, if you want to ride a first level freestyle, you need to have met the minimum required score at first level test 3. A score at second level or higher, provided it is the same horse and rider combination, will also suffice. The first thing you need to do is be aware of the required movements that are in the freestyle you want to ride, and be sure you and your horse can ride all of these maneuvers comfortably. We will talk about the required movements in more detail as we start to put together our individual freestyles. The next and biggest step in creating a freestyle is choosing your music. Generally, you'll be looking for 3 pieces of music. A piece of music that suits and matches your walk, a separate piece for trot, and then one for canter. These pieces of music should also match each other. Eventually, you will also need an entrance piece of music that will set the tone for your entire ride, so the entrance piece is very important. Instrumental music is usually the best and safest choice. Often you can find instrumental versions of hit songs if that is your preference. Some vocals in moderation are acceptable. Soundtracks are also often good avenues to find freestyle music in. If possible, try to select all of the pieces for your freestyle from the same soundtrack or artist, so you will have continuity and cohesiveness throughout your freestyle, which the judges will reward with better artistic marks. There are a few ways to match music to your horse. If cost is not a factor for you, then you can just ride your desired pattern and then have an orchestra conducted around your ride. Many Olympians have had success in this manner. However, if that is your situation, then you probably do not need to be watching this DVD. Another method is to buy a metronome and study beats per minute using various pieces of music, and then count your horse's beats per minute for both trot and canter and match the music that way. While I'm familiar with the metronome method, I have always preferred to work with DVD footage of the horse and rider I am making a freestyle for. There are a few reasons for this. The most important being that while several pieces of the music might match the tempo of your horse, one of the pieces that match should actually enhance the way your horse looks and moves while it is playing. That will be the piece you want to use. We will give you some examples of how that works as we select the music for our 2 demonstration horses.
I saw Venice turn blue. Sleeping in your backyard, I'm
Now that we have our music selected for each horse, we just need to add their entrance pieces. Then we are almost done with the freestyle. There are computer programs out there which will be suitable for editing your chosen music, but if you are not familiar with how to use them, it may be best to contact a professional who has the software to put your chosen pieces of music together for you as seamlessly as possible. You can help the situation by listening to your piece and deciding which exact segment you want to include in your freestyle. As a rule, the entrance can be anywhere from 5 to 25 seconds long. Trot music can be anywhere from 1 minute and 40 seconds to 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Walk music should be 30 seconds to 40 seconds. And canter work about 2 minutes to 2 minutes and 30 seconds, depending on your level and requirements. When starting to design a freestyle, it is often best to lay your music out the way you might ride your actual test itself. Enter in chosen gait, then start with trot work. Walk in the middle, and then canter, possibly finishing again in trot. As you gain experience riding freestyles, you can mix things up a bit, but best to start simply and do a good job with your technical work and choreography. We will start with our first level freestyle and go over the technical requirements first. The first level freestyle technical requirements are 20 meters medium walk, 20 meters free walk, length in stride and trot, leg yield in trot both left and right, 10-meter circle in trot left and right, 15-meter circle in canter left and right, length in stride in canter, change of lead through trot left and right, and halts beginning and end of test. Second level technical requirements are 20 meters free walk, 20 meters medium walk, shoulder in left and right, travers and renvers left and right, medium trot, halts at beginning and end of test, 10-meter circle in canter left and right, simple change in canter left and right, counter canter left and right, and medium canter. In addition, you will receive separate scores for your horse's gaits, the impulsion and submission that you and your horse display. Practice these technical requirements until you and your horse can perform them fairly easily before you start putting a routine together. You want to be able to concentrate on harmony and riding to your music during the freestyle, and you will not be able to if you are struggling to do the movements. The choreography needs to, of course, include all of the technical movements, but it also needs to be laid out in the most original but cohesive way possible. That means the judge should not have to struggle to see the technical requirements within your chosen pattern. At the same time, it is best if you try to lay out your freestyle in a way that is not exactly like the tests of the level you are showing at. There are points for choreography, use of the arena, and inventiveness, and you should strive to earn those points. You cannot put movements higher than the level you are showing into your freestyle. For example, you cannot have a shoulder in, a half pass, or a lead change in a first level freestyle, or you will be penalized by a loss of 4 points in your technical score for each infraction. There are points assigned for degree of difficulty, and so it is best to know what you can do to earn these marks. Here are some possibilities. At first level, you have longer leg yields with big flowing strides, a leg yield zigzag, counter canter, a very expressive and big lengthening in trot or canter with clear transitions on either end, a lengthening on a curved line, and walk to canter transition or canter to walk, but no simple change. At second level, you have any shoulder in, travers, renvers, but not on the wall. Able to sustain proper lateral work for longer lines. More difficult sequence of counter canter maintaining uphill energy. And medium trot or canter on a curved line. For lower level freestyles, the interpretation of the music may not be as easily defined, and sometimes the judges would prefer to see flow and harmony with simpler movements done very correctly than a whole lot of flash and brilliance that this level of horse may not be able to pull off with precision or sustain for a whole test. Proper technical work is paramount, and your music choices should enhance this. That being said, you must listen to your chosen music once it is edited, time and time again. Listen to what the music says to you. At first, you may not hear anything, and you should watch freestyles or spend time with someone who is good at hearing music sentence structure, highs and lows, as well as signature moments that can be used to enhance a movement. You will have to listen for the piece of music that sounds most like a lengthening, both trot and in your canter piece, and you have to imagine hitting those notes precisely because those are your music markers, and if you hit them, it will mean more points for you. Also, a very simple exercise is to ride to your music all of the time. Since in a freestyle it does not matter if you start or go to any certain letter, you are free to ride your music. Do so. Listen to the music as you ride. Start circles at the beginning of a music sentence. Try to make your horse match the music, especially in transitions. Again, this will take practice, but the dividends are higher scores. At our arena, we ride with music on all of the time, and I use it in training to get horses to find a rhythm and to practice adjusting my horses to music changes, because it does take practice to do well. We will now present a working version of our first level freestyle. I call all of our versions working versions because they are never really finished. Like any work of art, these pieces can always be improved on, but do get to practicing what you have in its start to finish version so you can then begin making it better. KYB assistant trainer Amber Gipp will present the 8-year-old gelding Raymond at first level. Please watch for the technical movements that are mandatory and also for any musical interpretation that works or does not work as the ride goes on. We will now present a working version of our second level freestyle. Young rider Kayla Hootie Bartow will present GP Jubilee for the second level routine. Again, watch for the required technical movements and the musical interpretation. In conclusion, freestyles are great fun and a way for any rider to enjoy the more artistic side of our sport. Regardless of whether you wish to compete or not, you will learn a lot and gain new skills if you practice and incorporate riding to music into your daily rides. KYB Dressage and Grand Prix Equestrian wish you all the best as you explore and enjoy riding to music. Look for future DVDs on our websites as we continue on Up the Levels and also our upcoming DVD on creating musical exhibitions.